It's a pleasure to have you here. My name is ambivert.brutal. And can you please let us know where you guys are from and the name of your band?
We're
Hi, I'm
Protagony.
Janan.
Sorry.
No.
It's all good. I'm Janan. We're from New York and we are Protagony.
I'm Tasso.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so here we
Yep.
go. So for my first question, what inspired you to create the band and what was your vision from the beginning?
We wanted to resurrect the old school black metal 90s sound that we draw on our influence from.
We wanted to bring something powerful, something that you can viscerally feel through sound.
I like that. You can't go wrong with the old school black metal. Okay, so do the urban environment and culture mix play a role in your music?
It does, because when I grew up here in New York City, I was, throughout this whole musical journey, I was introduced to many genres before I was introduced to black metal. So I started with punk and hardcore. So a lot of the guitar riffing that you would hear are elements from those old school sounds that we grew up with that are a product of this environment.
And
I
then
can
for me, it would,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
and then for me, it would be a mixture of, our surroundings and everything that's going on and how everyone has different layers and feelings and vibes that add to different sounds. And that's how you can incorporate all of it into just this new sound, but that still feels reminiscent of something raw and old.
I like that. So, what does the label mean to you, and how do you blend your different styles into your sound?
The
Well,
label,
for
you
me,
mean like black metal or?
Yeah,
well, for me, it was pretty easy to take the genres that I'm melded all together to create these song structures because it was just, I would say the black metal sound in general just has those that speed riffing, that brutality to it.
And for me personally, being making music that is black metal to me represents everything with depth and being able to sit in that darkness and sit in the pain and sit in everything and be able to express it. It's the core of like this raw power. And that's what I want to bring to it. Like that feeling is what I feel black metal is. And that's where I feel we're at.
Raw emotion.
Yeah.
for emotion, definitely. So then, I mean, you kind of said emotion, but for this question, it says, "What themes or emotions are you exploring on this record?" Which you pretty much said that. So I'll go on to the next question. So both tracks on the EP, Amber Scourge and Covenant, are lengthy and atmospheric. Can you walk us through the writing or recording process of one of them?
Sure. With Covenant, it basically started with the intro and the last verse, and they were just ideas that I've had for a very long time. And I knew I had to create and expand on the song to make it, to basically promote that miserable sound and the emotion to it. So a lot of the riffs that were a part of that intro and a part of the ending are just deviations from those. And as Janan was creating and helping create the song structure and writing the lyrics, we were able to let our creativity flow and create what is Covenant.
I gave it a pause because I'm not sure if you're gonna add something, so I just wait.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, with Covenant, it was definitely a beautiful process of watching just the song itself expand. And then we, like our song direction and the lyrics just immediately went into like mythology and things of that nature.
And normally, when you record or like when you come up with your ideas, How long does that normally take for you? Is it something that comes quick, or is it like in a matter of time, like little by little, that you start building the process?
Sometimes it gets a lot at once. We get a lot of ideas at once, and then we kind of observe it and see where they go or what fits, and then expands from there.
I like
Right.
so for
Because
your
we tend to get a lot of
yeah,
ideas.
I know it's like a whole process. I understand that. So then for your 2024 single, Blood and Brimstone came out before the EP. So how does that track fit into the band's evolution and identity?
So for that track, it was actually a really cool experience because we got asked to participate in the soundtrack for an upcoming horror film that's being worked on currently. And so when we were offered to be on the soundtrack, we were like, absolutely. And so that song itself, it still brings the brutality and intensity that we would want to embody our representation on that soundtrack. It feels kind of like a teaser and a little tester because our EP and our full length albums is still going to sound different than that, but it still brings that core value of intensity and rawness to it.
Wow, that's very informative. Did you have something to add to it?
It's basically our take on what's supposed to be a very violent story in the form of music. And we try to use as much of our atmosphere along with that violent story to enchant something that's just completely violent in the music, and you can hear it.
So for my next question, we hope the being independent and unsigned, how do you manage production, promotion, and distribution?
Well, for us right now, it's very DIY. We have the capabilities of just recording our own music, producing it. So for now, it's just what we have available to us, and when we want to get something done, we do it.
Okay, that was it. Sorry, I was looking at her. I was waiting. Okay. So then, do you find artistic freedom in staying DIY?
It feels like it's more just it's where we're at right now. We haven't really gotten to experience having a label and what that would be like to have anything to compare it from. So having the freedom to go with the flow of its production is nice, but that's basically just where we're at.
Okay, I mean, eventually you have to start somewhere and then from there build from that. So it's a whole
Correct.
process,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
eventually the outcome would be amazing. So then, what artists or movements have had the biggest influence on Protagony's music and aesthetics?
Well, speaking for myself, a lot of it comes from the old punk and hardcore movements, which is like my foundation for a lot because it was just a rebellious counterculture, and I really respect that it just created this whole subculture that's just so popular today.
Most definitely. And for yourself?
Yeah. And for me, it's definitely a mixture of old music, but it also does go back to the culture around me. And as he mentions, like the rebellion, like there's so much going on. And so, like I myself, I'm Palestinian, and that's where my energy and my fuel comes from for me. And I mix that with the depth of this music, and it feels right. It feels right. And that's where I pull my energy from.
That's nice. As long as you know where you're getting that from and putting it into
Mm,
your music,
yeah.
Post black metal often allows for more personal or abstract themes. Are there any lyrical concepts or philosophies that guide you through your work?
A lot of our themes are steeped from mythologies, and a lot of the philosophies and answers that are stemmed from philosophies. A lot of the teachings and from the inherent pagan practices.
Yeah. A lot of our songs are based and have layers of symbolism and mythology and old beliefs even in there, and just it's mystical. Its core is mystical in the unseen world and history.
I do have a question. How is the metal scene out there where you are from? Like like
I
is it
would, I, it's very vibrant. It's very vibrant. I mean, we do have an issue of clubs shutting down once every 6 months or so,
oh
but
wow.
it's very alive. I would say the shows are very vibrant, very packed. There's
There's
no
always
shortage of
something.
people that are into this scene.
Yeah.
And whether you're talking about black metal, death metal, grind, there's always something going on here,
Oh, that's
and it's
good.
great to see.
That's really good. It makes it like if like to perform shows or like go to shows because I've seen like I've not met but like met on Zoom and they live like in rural areas where they don't have the same like how we have. So they have to like make it work. So
Yeah,
just I could just imagine the struggle with that, but that's cool though. I'm glad to hear that. I've never been out there. It's in my bucket list to go visit New York one day. But I
I
will,
think you'd love it.
one day at a time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure you'd love it.
I'm sure I will. I want to try like the food out there too. Okay, so for my final question, so what's next for Protagony in 2025 and beyond? Are you planning any live shows, perhaps a full-length album or any collaborations of any sort?
we're definitely working on a full length album with the same type of themes and atmosphere as people have heard on the EP. Uh, a, a show is very in the works right now, very much so.
Absolutely.
Exciting.
Potential collaborations. We're always, we have talked with a couple, so who knows what can come. But right now, definitely focusing on the album and really excited to hopefully play at least a show or two by the end of the year.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're like at the middle of the year, so there's a lot of things that can happen by then. So that's exciting.
Yep.
Absolutely.